Hi everyone, my name's Susan, and today this is the Great Create. I'm going to show you how to make 3 different kinds of flowers from the garden, and what we'll need are some paper plates, or these are foam but they work just as well. You need some glue, some popsicle sticks. Now I have colored popsicle sticks and I have plain. So if you don't have any colored ones at home, you can take a plain popsicle stick, and with my magic marker, that's what I'm going to use to color the stem green. So if you have a green magic marker, that's great. You need a pencil because we're going to do some tracing, and of course a pair of scissors to do our cutting. Our very first one is going to be real simple for all you little guys. We are going to make flowers on the paper plate with our handprint. I already did one ahead of time, and I had a plain popsicle stick, and I used my magic marker to color it. So I chose 2 different colors, a pink and a blue. You only need half the sheet, so what I want you to do is fold your sheet in half. Then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut along the line. And you can save, now if you have construction paper that's fine, but this is colored printing paper that you would use in a photocopier that I happen to have, okay? So what you want to do is take the one sheet and we're going to put our hand down and we want to trace, just separate your fingers a little bit and trace. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just trace around each finger and your thumb like this. About that far. And then here we have our handprint and we want to cut it out. Now, because of the pencil we use, don't worry about that because we're going to turn it around and you're not going to see the outprint that we traced. So we're going to cut around as careful as we can. Our handprint. Around each finger and then down. I find it easier to do it this way, but you can do it whichever way you feel comfortable doing. Around again, and down, and one more time, around, and I'm going to go in and pull that out, and down. So construction paper is fine, colored paper is fine, and we're just going to round it, as you can see, and we're just going to round it a little bit like that. Okay, so here we have our flowers. We're going to turn it around. We're going to grab our plate and our glue, and we're just going to do this part with the glue here. Not too much, just enough. And we're going to glue it just like that. Then I have to take my stick and my marker. And the best way to do this is take the glue and carefully down the stick. So we have a little bit here left because this is going to go up under our flower, just like that. And we take our marker and just color the stick. Just like that. Now I'm going to just move this over just a tiny little bit because I want to get one more handprint in. So I have my blue. And we'll just clear all of this out of the way. Put our hand down again. Give it a trace. The thumb. The fingers, around the baby finger, and then back just a little bit down. There we have our handprint, and we're going to cut it out. All of our ideas today are from Pinterest. And this one being the most simple one to do for all you little guys out there. And parents can help them trace their hand, or an older brother or sister can help trace. If you're really young and you're having trouble, it's always great to have someone else help you. Okay, we're going to go up and around. I'm just going to flip that there and around in a circle. Get this finger and then down. And if you need help with the scissors, always an older person or a parent is there to help, I'm sure. So this is our first flower we're doing for our Great Create. I'm sure everyone has flowers in their garden by now. You can also buy your flowers, but it's great to do your flowers if you can do them by seed. All right, I'm going to pull that out, and then I'm going to round it like I did before. Just a little bit round like that. Turn it around so our pencil parts, pencil marking isn't showing. So I think I might put it like that. So again, we'll take our glue and just glue this area right here. And put it a little bit sideways like that. And then we're going to take our stick, remember, and leave a little bit of space at the bottom because that part is going to go up underneath the flower, like so. And just take your fingers and press very lightly. And there we have our stick. We take our marker again and color the stick with our green. So if you don't have popsicle sticks at home, but I'm sure you might have popsicles to eat at home, save your old popsicle sticks, rinse them out under the sink, let them dry, and you can use them for your creation. Put that back on, and here we have our first one, is our handprint flower arrangement. Okay, our next one we're going to do are our beautiful tulips. And if you see how you can fold them out. So there's a lot of work involved in this one, but not that much, but we have to get our shape that we want. So we need the big one first. So I already cut one out, and this is going to be your template. And you're going to put it on. I have red construction paper here, and as you can see, I've already tried to do a few already. So we're going to take this and trace it with our pencil around and up, and there we have our template. We'll put it over there, save it for later. And I'm going to just cut this part section here because we don't need that paper anymore. And I'm going to cut out the main part of the tulip. Okay, so this is the big part of the tulip here. I'm going to put that on our paper. Then for the petals, I have another template. It's a little bit smaller, kind of like a teardrop, okay? So we're going to take that, use our as much leftover paper as possible because we don't want to waste. So I have a little spot here. I'm going to trace this for our petal. You need 2 petals. I already have one done ahead of time, so this is our second petal. We'll save that for later. And we're going to cut around our petal for the tulip. This craft is a little bit harder, but you can certainly have an older person or a parent help you. All right, so the petal, this is the tricky part. We have to fold the petal where the point is and fold it till it meets the other side, just like that. So our tulip is done, and then I trace this leaf and stem, and I do have some extra paper, so I want to show you. You put that on here and you trace it again. This is our leaf and stem that we're going to use for the tulip. And I know it's white paper, but we're going to color it green with our magic marker that we used before. So we're going to trace this, put our paper to the side, and then cut this out. So we want a nice point for the leaf. And up to the stem, cut across, down to get that part, and around, and there's our stem and leaf. So I chose black black construction paper. So I'm going to put my stem on here, and I want to glue that down. So turn it over, take your glue. You don't need a lot. Put it on the paper. Now put it down a little bit because we have to have room for the tulips. So let's put it about here. Press very lightly. All right. Now remember, we have the big part of the tulip. So that is going to go, whoops, I'm going to put this down just a little bit further. There we go. It dries clear, so don't worry about that. So we're going to color, or put the glue, I should say, on this section. And put that here. Press very lightly. Then we already have our fold. Remember, we take the fold. Now this is the hard part. So we want our tulip to stick out. So we take the folded part and we're going to glue it this way. Not this way, but this way. So the fold goes in. So on this side, take a little bit of glue and press it. Remember, the white glue will turn clear, so you don't have to worry about it. Open it up a bit, press in this section here, and there you have our tulip leaf, or our tulip petal, I should say. So then the next one, I folded, remember? So again, the fold goes inward, so we have to do the glue on this side. Open it up, put it here, press, not too hard. Take your finger and open it, and press here very lightly. And there we have our tulip. Now, I'm going to take my marker, and I'm going to color in the stem. If you have crayons, that works. Crayons work good. I just didn't have any crayons today. I have markers, or colored pencil crayons work really good too. So we're going to color all in here. And it doesn't have to be solid because no two leaves look alike in nature. So I'm just going to color this and make it a little fancy. And there we have the first one. So the second one, again, remember we traced that out. So we're going to take our glue and put glue here, here, and here, and a little bit on the stem. And I think I'm going to put this one down here a little bit further. Press very lightly, very lightly. Okay. And then remember, our big one goes on first. Not too much glue. Stick it right on top of the stem. Press very lightly. There we go. And remember our fold, I'll just show you again. We'll open it up, fold from here to here. If it's not quite even, you can always trim it with the scissors, but flowers are not supposed to be all the same. Okay, remember it goes this way. So we have to put our glue here. So our petals will fold outward. So we'll stick that right there. And we're going to open it up a bit and press lightly, and there. And remember this one again, open it up, we fold it, and we want it to look this way. Now I have a little bit of extra red here, so I'm just gonna take my scissors and trim it. Okay, now remember it goes that way, so the glue goes here. Put a little bit of glue here, and whoop, here, and then press, open it up, give it another little press, and you can just take your fingers and take that extra glue away, but it will dry clear, not to worry. And then we have our marker, so we have to color in our stem green. I mean, you could do a brown if you wanted to. I just like the green color. Now tulips usually bloom early in the year, probably around like maybe May or so, but that's okay because I think tulips are beautiful. All right, so I'm almost finished, and there are my tulips on my black construction paper. You can use any color you want for the tulips. I like red for tulips, and you can use any background that you want. All right, so that's our second flower of the day. We have one more to make. The flower we're going to do is a daisy. So I chose the yellow paper, and I cut 3 pink strips and 3 purple strips. And I cut 1 circle. So I'm going to put the circle in the middle here. Now we only want the glue in the very middle, just for us to get started, because our paper is going to go in this way. So you can stick it down to where it touches the glue, and then in this way where it touches the glue. We have 1 done already. Then we're going to alternate our colors. So we're going to take the pink one and put it in here. You can smush out the glue a little bit. There you go. Put it underneath here. Smush it out. There you go. Then I'm going to take the purple one and do the same thing. Now, as you can see, we're overlapping, so I'm going to go to the space that's open here and stick the purple in there and back over to where that space is on this side, and whoop, put it back in. We may have to put a little more glue in, but we'll give it a try. All right, then there's a space here. So I'm going to put the pink one in that space there. Just lift up because we want to make sure that it sticks to the glue. And try it on this side. Stick, stick, stick with your fingers. There you go. Okay, we use our purple again. And we're going to go, oh, let's see. There's a little bit of a space there. Let's try in between the 2 pinks. We kind of want it to look a little bit different with the pink and the purple together. There we go. Stick it in that circle again. Give it a push with your finger. And one last one will go, we're in between the purple again. So we're going to have to put a little more glue in here. There we go. Just a little more glue. This one is the hardest one. I wanted to leave it for last. Put this one back over. You can put a little bit of glue right there. Stick it in. And put the pink one back over here. I think there's a space right there. Stick it in. And then we're going to fold it out. And I have another one here. So I want to put the tricky part. Get that glue in the center. So we're gonna put a whole bunch of glue right there in the center. And we're going to carefully push it down. And push, push, push. So you can see how the flower is flattening. And hopefully it will stick to the glue. I'm sure it will. There we go. Okay, let's put a little bit more glue on this section. And push, push, push. To make our beautiful daisy. And one more section here. A little bit more glue. Stick that one down. And now this is a little bit too big, this circle, so I'm just going to trim it for the center of our flower. And I had some glue left over, stick that down there. And there we go. And I do have a green one already. Well, you're gonna have to hold that because it does take a few minutes for glue to dry. Stick, stick, stick. So I have my green one already, but again, if you don't have a green colored popsicle stick, you use your marker and color your popsicle stick. Stick it there and press again. It will stick. And there we have our daisy. So that's the end of the Great Create today. Please join us on social media for all our great programs that we have. We also do Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Bye for now.